Hi guys, Mark here, hope you're all well today. Well, if you like naked bikes, I've got a real beauty for you today in the form of Kawasaki's all-new Z650. Stay tuned and I'll let you know what I think about it. Well guys, Mark here, welcome along to a nice review for you today on the all-new 2020 Z650. This is kindly loaned to me by the guys at Bournemouth Kawasaki here in the south coast of the UK. Let's just run through the specifications on this lovely bike, shall we? It comes with Kawasaki's very well proven 649cc parallel twin motor, producing around about 66 horsepower at 8,000 RPM, that's 68 PS. And it's got 64 Newton meters of torque at 6,700 RPM. It's got a 790mm seat, which is really nice and low. We'll talk about that later on. So ideal if you're a newish rider coming onto your first big bike like this. Really good for getting your feet down, for confidence inspiring. It's got a 15-litre fuel tank. And I'd say a bike of this kind of type would give at least 55 to the gallon, so you should get about 150, 160 miles range. It's 188 kilograms wet weight, so pretty good in that respect. This has got the new sharper look to it on the headlamp cowl. I'm sure you'll agree that looks really smart. New for this year's model, we've got Dunlop Road Sport 2 tyres. These are really good tyres. Got quite a bit of experience with these now and I can highly rate them. Got a 120 on the front and a 160 on the rear. Got increased passenger comfort this year. More padding on the rear seat there for your passenger. And we've got a beautiful TFT screen which links to your phone via the Rideology app. We'll look at that later on. Price wise, very reasonable on this bike, coming in at 6,649 for the green and the black, and 6,749 for the white and black and the black. But I'm sure you'll agree it's a very smart looking bike, this. Give you a little quick initial walk around. Now if you see anything that looks like rust, guys, this is not rust, it's protective grease that's put on by the dealer to stop rust, so don't worry, it's not rust. Well, what do you say, guys? I think we should take this lovely little bike for a blast. So guys, welcome aboard Kawasaki's 2020 Z650, or the Z650 for you guys in the States. So straight off, when you sit on this bike, wow, it feels really light. It's like a slightly smaller version of the Z900 that I reviewed last week. Pretty much all very similar sort of thing. Got a lovely new for 2020 TFT screen showing you everything you could possibly need. You've got the gear indicator, revs, mile an hour, odometer, trip meter, average miles per gallon, clock, ABS warning light, neutral, all that sort of good stuff. Really nice, and it just feels really light. So if you're quite new to biking, I think a lot of training schools use these bikes for new riders. I'm a 5'7" tall guy with a 30-inch inside leg, and my legs are totally bent when my feet are flat to the floor with riding boots on. So absolutely ideal bike for someone that's not that tall, really. If you're 5'5", maybe even 5'4", you'd still be alright on this. If you're sort of 6'2" plus guy, you might want to look somewhere else. Maybe get a adventure bike, something a bit taller. So this is an ideal bike for someone around at my height, up to say about 6 foot, I would say. So start this up. So you've got a lovely parallel twin, 2 pistons going up and down like that. Gives a really nice sort of thump. Little sound test. Sounds pretty good. But the whole overall feel of it feels very compact. I've been on this bike for an hour already, and I've had an absolute ball on it, to be honest. It's absolutely superb. So anyway, without further ado, let's take her for a little spin. So you've got Kawasaki's assist and slipper clutch on this, which makes for a very, very nice light clutch action. I'm pleased to say, like with all Kawasaki's, the take is really early on the clutch, so that's great. I absolutely love this bike. So I reviewed the Ninja 650 a couple of weeks ago, and that was brilliant. This is no exception. But if anything, this feels even slightly, well, it is lighter with no fairing. It just feels a little bit more fun, dare I say. So the mirrors are the usual Kawasaki items. Just looking in them now, very, very clear, no vibrations. Get a good view of the road behind me. So obviously this is a naked bike, and the wind blast at 60 at the moment is totally acceptable. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I must say, this thing is just an absolute hoot to chuck around the bends. It's so easy to put into a corner. Really, really nice. Riding position is, how should we say this? Slightly leaning forward, but very nearly upright. The bars aren't very wide. It all feels very, very nice and compact, is the best way I can describe it. The distance from here to here is nice. The handlebars are raked back slightly, and you sit right into the bike. So it's really a lovely little position, actually, really nice. It's just the way it kind of just changes direction. It's really good. So, a little bit of a lean forward on the position, but top marks for that. Now, leg position is slightly sporty, but they're not. My legs aren't cramped up at all, so that's nice. Right, we just do a brake test. So twin discs on this Nissan calipers. Here we go. Wow, ow, they're really good. They're really strong, actually. Let's just try that again. They've got like a gentle initial bite, and it goes really strong. So yeah, brakes are very good. Back brake, oh yeah, the back brake, by the way, is excellent on this. So we're in top gear now, opening her up, and wow, it's really keen is the best way I can describe it. Parallel twins do have a good sort of amount of pull and torque from low RPM, but they do like to be revved a bit more than their V-twin counterparts, so it's very, very eager engine, this. Obviously no rider modes on this, no electronic suspension, it's all kind of built to a bit of a cost, but it all works so well. The suspension feels really well damped. It's not as firm as the Z900 I took out last week. This just feels just perfect for me. Nice amount of damping, but still very plush for the bumps. Yeah, brakes are great, even though they're still running in. This is a brand new bike, guys. So this is very kindly loaned to me by the nice people at Bournemouth Kawasaki. Right, let's just do 30 miles an hour on this, see what it feels like. Don't want any stuttering or coughing or surging in the fueling. That's not nice. So that is feeling to me pretty perfect. Slow it down to 30. Fourth gear, 3,000 revs. Perfect. Really nice. Nice little throb coming from that engine. You can feel if you can feel that the engine's a twin, but it's not. There's no sort of nasty vibrations or anything. We'll take it on the dual carriageway in a bit just to see what it's like at the higher revs. See what gear it will take, see if it will do top gear 30 mile an hour. 2,500 revs, yeah, it's pretty good. No, it prefers fifth really at sort of 30. So far this is a really nice bike. We've got adjustable clutch, adjustable brake lever. It's just so nippy round the bends. You can just really have a lot of fun on this. Any of this flashing you see here on the gear indicator, I believe you can turn that off on the TFT screen. The seat on this, I've been on this bike for over an hour and I must say it's very comfortable. I would say you could easily ride this all day for a little bit of light touring, sunny weekend blasting around, bit of commuting. It's kind of a do-everything sort of bike, these Nakeds. I really like them myself. My personal bike is I've got a Ninja 636. See my review on that on my channel. And I've also got a huge Triumph Trophy 1200 Tourer. But no, I like all styles of bikes. They've all got their own characteristics. So the gearbox, as always, is super slick, very positive, easy to use. So third gear now, opening her up a bit, 5 and 6,000. Full throttle, whoa, really goes. Yeah. No complaints about the performance, very, very eager. Obviously no rider modes for the throttle. No sport, rain or road, but they've just got it perfect. I would say it's just a nice responsive throttle. There's no snatchiness at all. Yeah, very smooth throttle there. So guys, we're going to take this now onto a dual carriageway and take it up to about 70 mile an hour just to see what she rides like. Obviously it's a naked bike, no wind protection, and just see what the vibes are like in that sort of cruising area. But I mean, this is at 4,000 revs now, fourth gear. Open it up and it really pulls nice and strong in that mid-range. Plenty of get up and go there. It just really, it feels very sorted, very together, this bike. It's just so nice and easy to ride and lots of fun, and it's well priced as well. I mean, it's just in my mind it's a sort of a win-win bike really. Okay, so third gear, just winding the power on nicely. Woo. Very zippy up to speed. So here we are guys at 70 mile an hour now, 5,500 RPM. Apologies for any wind, it is a very naked bike. And there is a tiny bit of a buzz coming through the foot pegs, but nothing really bad at all. I could live with it all day. And there's hardly any vibes coming through the bars, which is good. So a tiny bit through the foot pegs, but nothing really to worry about. Fifth gear, open her up. Yeah, really good. And although the wind blast is quite strong at this sort of speed, it's totally acceptable and you could easily live with this. So there you go, 70 mile an hour cruising, 5,500 revs, not a care in the world, very happy. And I'm guessing the top speed of this bike, being naked, around about 120 mile an hour, give or take a bit, dependent on rider size and conditions. So I mean, even at 70 now, wide open throttle, and it still pulls strongly, really good. So there you have it, guys. Z650 is very capable of cruising at this sort of speed. So yeah, no problems at all. So we're currently showing 56, nearly 57 to a gallon at the moment out of this. I think you should be able to push it to sort of 60 on a longer run. Service intervals on these, I believe, are 7,500. I do like Kawasaki switchgear. It's very positive. You know, it's all very easy to push, very tactile. So at this sort of speed, 60 miles an hour, top gear, 4,500 revs, there's a tiny bit of vibes coming through the foot pegs, but nothing bad, not a deal breaker, just what you'd expect from a twin really. But this is a really nice ride like this. It's got a lot of character, it's nippy, it's fun, and very affordable. You could probably get one of these on a PCP for, I don't know, something about £100 a month, I would have thought, with a small deposit. Oh, this is really good fun. Yeah, the new Dunlop tyres are really a good improvement now from last year's. So clutch is nice and light, guys. Riding positions sort of very slightly leaning forward, but nice enough to be able to control easily if you're a newish rider. This would be perfect through town. Suspension feels pretty good. I do love the new TFT screen. It's so clear and easy to read. So far, I really like this bike. So obviously in this class of bike, you've got Yamaha's MT-07. See my review on that one. That is a brilliant bike. Suzuki's SV650 V-twin, and you've got Honda. Obviously got the CB650, I believe, but that's an inline 4, slightly different engine style. But no, this is if you're in the market for a bike of this sort of style, guys, I would really recommend one of these. Or most definitely have a test ride on one. So there we go. See what she's like into the old neutral. First gear, neutral, dead easy, really nice. And I say this clutch has just got a lovely early take to it. It's very smooth and progressive for pulling away. A little bit of revs, really nice to pull away. Side stands easy to find, quite strong and positive. Just leave it running for you for a bit. I think that's a really nice looking bike. Looks very striking. Do like this green frame. Fit and finish, quality of all the fixtures, fittings, all looks really nice. Maybe get a tail tidy there. Let's see what she's like to sort of lift off the side stand. I mean, that is really light off the side stand, and it's very easy to push around. 3-point turn. That's superb. Yeah. So yeah, no problems with pushing that around. Yeah, that is really good. I've got this for the whole afternoon, so I'm going to take this out for another hour. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that little review on the new 2020 Kawasaki Z650. Please feel free to post your comments. I love reading them and I like replying to you all. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this bike and the video. Please feel free to share and subscribe to my channel. Try and do a bike every sort of 2 or 3 weeks these days. And I will catch you all again on the next video review, which will probably be next week. So guys, this is Mark signing off. Take care, ride safe, spring's around the corner we hope, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.